Imagine, if you will, the distinct rustle of silk ball gowns.
Oh, and the clinking of fine crystal.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And that low electric buzz of gossip traveling through a crowded ballroom. We are stepping right into the atmosphere that, London's high society.
Right.
Can you feel it? It's that collision of Regency scandal and impeccable manners where a single side eye can basically just ruin a reputation.
It is a very specific, very charged atmosphere. And usually when we analyze this world, we're talking about social standing, dowries, titles.
I was dancing with him.
Exactly. It's all very terrestrial, very grounded in society's rules.
It is. But today, we're looking at something arguably much more powerful than a title or a dowry. We're looking at the stars. Lady Whistledown's ink-stained quill is ready, and we're about to decode the scandals taking shape in the constellations. We're doing a deep dive into the personalities of the Bridgerton characters through the lens of the zodiac.
And I want to clarify right off the bat, this isn't just about birthdays. We aren't sitting here with the birth charts of fictional characters calculating their rising signs based on, the exact minute they were written into existence.
No, that would be impossible anyway.
Right. This is about archetypes. We are decoding the spirit of these characters.
Because let's be honest, we all know someone who absolutely acts like a Leo, even if they were born in January.
Oh, 100%.
We want to see which character matches your spirit. For everyone listening right now, this is the ultimate personality match.
Precisely. By looking at these astrological archetypes, we get to the root of the character study. We start to understand the motivations. Like, why does one character rigidly follow the rules while another seems desperate to just burn them to the ground?
Right, the cosmic blueprint.
Yeah, these traits were written in the stars long before the social hierarchy of Mayfair was even formed.
I love that. It takes the drama and gives it a cosmic backbone. So to you listening right now, are you the diamond of the season? Are you a meddling mama? Or maybe a secretive spinster in the corner?
We're going to help you find your place in the drama.
We are. So shall we start with the ones who make the most noise? The ones who burn the brightest.
Oh, absolutely. Let's unpack the fire signs. We're talking about the bold, the narrative drivers.
The people who walk into a room and change the temperature. And really, there's only one place to start. The Queen.
Queen Charlotte. The Leo.
It makes so much sense. I mean, just look at the wigs.
The wigs alone scream Leo.
Right. The source material highlights her loud confidence. But it's more than that. She doesn't just enter a room, she commands the setting. She absolutely loves the spotlight.
It is the quintessential Leo trait. Leos are bold, natural leaders ruled by the sun, and they relish admiration.
Yeah.
But what stands out here is how she handles that attention.
Yes.
Well, some people might shrink from it or feel uncomfortable with all eyes on them. Charlotte embraces it with such style and authority. She controls her circle with impeccable taste.
She certainly does. But there's a nuance there, because she's not just vain. I think about her relationship with King George. There's a fierce loyalty there, which is very Leo.
That is a great point. Leos are known for their pride, yes, but also their immense loyalty to their pride. Their family, their pack.
Their inner circle.
Exactly. Charlotte protects George's dignity ferociously. She refuses to let the crown fall even when the man wearing it is struggling. That is the evolved Leo leading not just for attention, but to protect the pride.
Speaking of protection and ferocity, let's talk about Aries. This is assigned to Daphne Bridgerton. Now, at first glance, she seems so perfect and polished, but there is a fire under there.
The diamond herself. And yes, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It thrives on action.
The text describes her entering a drawing room like she owns it, calling it classic eldest daughter energy. But I keep thinking about that scene where she punches Nigel Burbrook.
Yes.
That wasn't a calculated move.
Yeah.
That was pure reactive Aries impulse.
That is the perfect example. While other characters might hesitate or plot a takedown or spread a rumor, the Aries throws a right hook. Daphne makes decisive moves.
Even on the dance floor.
On the dance floor and definitely in relationships. She doesn't just follow the story, she writes her own. As a wife, as a mother, and even as an advisor to her siblings later on.
She rushes in.
She really does. Aries don't wait for permission. She has this drive to take action that totally defines the sign.
Okay, so we have the Queen commanding the throne and the Duchess throwing punches. But what about the one watching it all? We have to talk about Sagittarius. which creates the perfect profile for Penelope Bridgerton.
Or Penelope Featherington, depending on where we are in the timeline. Sagittarius is driven by curiosity.
Which is pretty much the job description for Lady Whistledown.
It is. The Sagittarian spirit is about the drive to seek truth and chase the next great story. It's a very restless energy. Penelope isn't content with just her small drawing room life.
The source mentions that while everyone else is accepting social expectations, she's pushing boundaries. She's plotting 3 steps ahead from the sidelines.
Right, because Sagittarius aims for the truth. For Penelope, her arrows are her words. And notice the double-life Sagittarians love freedom. Being Whistledown gives her the freedom she doesn't get as a debutante.
That's true. It connects her to Colin Bridgerton, too, who is her restless beau. They both have that Sagittarian need to be somewhere else, pushing the limits.
Exactly. They are both looking for meaning.
So we've got the fire and the passion. But a society like the Ton cannot run on drama alone. You need a foundation. You need someone to actually pay the bills and organize things.
You need the earth signs. These are the pillars of stability, duty, organization, grounding forces.
And if we're talking duty, we have to talk about the weight of the world on one man's shoulders. Anthony Bridgerton.
Our Capricorn.
The source describes him as the one who takes charge while everyone else is procrastinating, which honestly feels like his entire existence. As the eldest, he is incredibly goal-oriented.
He is. That is the strength of the Capricorn. Anthony isn't taking charge just because he wants power. He's doing it because of a deep need for responsibility, discipline, and practicality.
Especially following his father's passing.
Yes. He holds himself to incredibly high standards regarding family duty. Capricorns are terrified of chaos. Anthony structures his life to avoid the pain of the unexpected.
If you are a Capricorn listening, you probably relate to that feeling of being the only adult in the room, the one who has to plan and strategize.
It's a heavy burden. But there's another kind of stability in the Bridgerton family. Violet Bridgerton. She's labeled as a Virgo.
The matriarch. And the phrase the source uses is that she notices everything.
Which is a superpower in a town full of secrets. But unlike Lady Whistledown, who notices things to publish them, Violet notices things to keep things running smoothly behind the scenes.
Through organization and thoughtfulness.
Precisely. For a Virgo, noticing is an act of service. She guides her children hoping they find a profound love like she had with Edmund, or, perhaps like she might find with Lord Marcus Anderson.
Oh, true. She balances intelligence with endless care. She's managing the emotional logistics of her family.
It's that reliable, intelligent earth energy.
And then we have a character who maybe wasn't born into this specific aristocracy, but has carved out a massive place in it. Will Mondrich. He's the Taurus.
Will is the embodiment of the Taurus trait of looking like you have everything under control, even when you are being heavily tested.
He always seems so unshakable. He's just solid.
That's the Taurus love for stability, patience, and concrete results. Think about his thriving gentleman's club. That didn't happen by accident.
No, that is the result of quiet determination.
Exactly. He balances toughness with a caring heart, constantly showing up for his friends and his family.
Okay, so we have the leaders,
Right.
we have the anchors. But what about the people who make the parties actually fun? The social strategists?
The air signs. This is about intellect, communication, and navigating society.
Let's start with Gemini. Madame Delacroix, the modiste.
Gemini is adaptability and curiosity.
The source brings up her quick wit and captivating charm. She keeps everyone entertained. But she's also dodging rumors and devising crafty plans to keep her shop ahead of the Ton.
She has to. She puts on a sophisticated front to survive, pulling strings behind the scenes. It's that air sign intellect, moving fast, staying curious, never getting pinned down.
And then there's the person who seems to know everyone, Lady Danbury. The source calls her a living portrait of social intuition. She's a Libra.
Libra is about fairness, connection, and diplomacy. Lady Danbury is the glue that holds the social scene together.
She knows exactly what to say to keep the Ton in check.
She really does.
Yeah.
That's the Libra drive. It's being strategic with connection. She navigates society's rules with wit and maintains the social equilibrium.
And then we have the air sign that's a little bit offbeat, Aquarius. Benedict Bridgerton.
The non-traditionalist.
I feel like Benedict is always just slightly taking an unexpected path. While everyone else is strategizing marriage, Benedict is pondering art.
That is the Aquarius tendency. They question if the rules are actually rules or just suggestions.
Right, he's powered by big ideas and individuality.
He's too busy making his own standards to obey the Hauntons. Aquarians want to be unique, and Benedict certainly is.
Okay, we've covered fire, earth, and air. But we can't talk about this world without the deep, intense emotion. We need the water signs.
Feeling, nurturing, and transformation.
And who better to start with than the Duke himself, Simon Bassett, a Scorpio.
Oh, absolutely. The intense presence, the brooding energy and mystery.
It's undeniable, but it's darker than just being mysterious.
Much darker. Scorpios need to address personal truths and refuse anything less than authentic. Simon's journey involves confronting his trauma.
And channeling loyalty into loving Daphne.
Yes, with undeniable intensity. It's all or nothing for a Scorpio.
From the intense to the dreamy, Pisces. This is Edwina Sharma.
The believer in true love and fairy tale endings.
Now, a lot of people might write that off as weakness.
But the source clarifies that it isn't weakness at all. It's an emotional vision. Pisceans see the best in everyone.
And she was strategically navigating the market for a forever love.
Exactly. She refused to settle when she realized her love for Anthony was unrequited. That is Pisces integrity.
And finally, we have Cancer. Sophie Bake, she has this warm, quiet, protective energy.
Cancer is deeply connected to home and family. In her case, the memory of her father and her chosen Bridgerton family.
She builds trust.
She offers care without asking for anything in return, nurturing those around her, especially Benedict.
So we've got this incredible mix. And if we synthesize all of this, it shows us why the ton actually functions.
The stars really align to create this cast. Whether it's the decisiveness of fire, the stability of earth, the wit of air, or the depth of water, the ton requires all elements to function.
It wouldn't work otherwise. And for you listening, these archetypes exist in your own life too. In your friends, your partners, or yourself.
It gives you a new way to understand the people around you.
It does. And that brings me to a final provocative thought I want to leave you with. If your personality matches a character who is a villain or a rebel in the show, does that mean you are destined to disrupt the social order in your own life?
Oh, wow.
Or are you just waiting for the right season to debut your true self? Something for you to mull over.
That is a fascinating question.
Thanks for joining our deep dive today.
It's been a pleasure.